Security officials are investigating how a suspect was able to carry out a deadly attack on a Pride festival in Berlin despite a history of terroristic behavior. Police say the suspect drove a van into a crowd and then attacked people with a machete. One person died, dozens were hurt. Police said they killed the suspect yesterday after a manhunt that lasted nearly a day.
All right, let's get straight to Berlin now. You're looking at CBS News reporter Anna Noryskiewicz. She's near the scene. Anna, good morning once again. Walk us through the timeline of how the horrible events unfolded and where the investigation stands right now.
Hi. Authorities say that the attack happened shortly after 10 p.m. on Saturday. The Christopher Street Day celebration was going on the whole day, started very early in the morning, and around 10 p.m. When the closing events were going on, a rented van, the suspect Abdul Balud, plowed into people with a white rented van, killed one woman and injured 29 other people, some of them severely. It is yet unclear whether he then jumped out of the car and also attacked people with a knife and other sharp object. There are contradicting reports, so we cannot precisely confirm that now. But he managed to flee, and a large-scale manhunt across Berlin started, which lasted almost 24 hours. On Sunday night, police authorities, special forces, were able to locate him in the outskirts in the west in Berlin's Spandau district, and then he attacked police with a knife, and they fatally shot him. Now, the question really arises how he managed to flee and flee from police for almost 24 hours, and how he was able really to hide from authorities for so long, even though he was known to police. Now, the federal prosecutor's office took over the investigation, considering it a terrorist attack.
Anna, how are people there in that area feeling, knowing that this person was on the radar of police? And can you tell us a little bit more about the suspect's ties to terrorist organizations?
The suspect was known to authorities for a few years, actually, because he had explicit ties to the Berlin's Islamist scene. And he also tried to join ISIS in Syria twice. He traveled to Lebanon, and he tried to also travel to Syria via Turkey. The last time he tried to travel to Syria, he stopped in Lebanon. He made contact with ISIS sympathizers, with members of ISIS. And there, the authorities in Lebanon caught him, and he was put... He served jail time in Lebanon for roughly 3 months. But since he was born and raised in Germany, holding German citizenship, he was sent back to Germany. And here's an important thing. He was tried under juvenile law. So when you commit a crime in Germany and you're between 18 to 20, you're tried under juvenile law. So it was suspended. He got a suspended sentence, and the court here said since he was cooperative, he would be supervised and get a court-mandated de-radicalization program that he should attend, and he was already in a program, but they were still screening and assessing whether he was able to actually properly take part in this program. And he had 2 sessions, of these screening sessions, and actually a third one was scheduled for today, but the attack happened earlier. So it is really the question now, what you have to consider. Surveillance laws in Germany are a bit different than in other countries, and especially in America. Yeah. With very strict data protection laws, it's not as simple and straightforward to put surveillance on people who are sympathizing with terrorist organizations. And since he was tried under juvenile law, the rules for him were different.
Yeah, we wonder if those rules may change as there's pressure now from people to ask, could more have been done? Anna Noryskiewicz, thank you so much for being with us.